Good evening, everyone. We'll start the session now. I'm Aryaman, and me and Viraj will discuss our CP journey today with all of you, like how we got from newbie to master and uh, got rank 4 in ICPC. Yeah, so let's start. I'm Aryaman. I'm currently a chemical UG at IIT Delhi in my final year. So basically, I had some experience in coding before joining college in school. Like I had taken computer science as my secondary course. So I knew the basics of C++ and all that stuff up to my 12th. So I am also a dropper. So during my drop year, I first got introduced to CP through some of my friends. I made an account on Codechef like usual and started giving some contests. But the main issue was I was not consistent at all. So basically, I used to give contests once in a month and then just leave it, leave the rest, and again start a different contest in the next month. So there was no consistency. I will just do a contest just for fun, nothing serious or something like that. So because of that, I did not really got any progress in my coding. It was like I was just, I think, 2 star or something on Codeship, and that's it. So after that, I again gave JE and got into IIT. And then in my second semester, I basically started doing CP more seriously. So basically, I started in my second semester after the end sem exams. And what I did was, I just always participate in all the contests. And after that, I would try to solve at least 1 or 2 questions that I could not solve during the contest, right? So basically, I've solved at least one question. So if I am able to solve up to problem B, then I'll try to at least solve C. If it is something that I could have done during the contest, I would try to figure out what went wrong, like why I couldn't do it during the contest. And if it was something new, like some concept such as binary search and answer or something like that, I would just go to CP algorithms, learn the concept behind the solution, and try to solve more such problems on the Codeforces problem set, right? So that's basically how I started. Uh, Apart from that, I used to get a lot of penalties during the contest. So to improve on that, I started giving more and more virtual contests as well. So that is something I think is really important if you want to grow a good contest temperament. So you should try to give at least one virtual contest each week. I think like there are plenty of contests present in Codeforces. Mostly the ones which are older, less than 400 or something. So each week you can try to give at least one virtual contest. So it helps in many ways. You can actually get a contest temperament, like how you should apply the concepts in actual contests. It improves your speed, it improves your accuracy in the contest. So yeah, that helped me a lot when I was, I think, 1300 or 1400 something, right? So after that, I was able to reach expert in my second year or something. So after that, I started getting into competitive coding seriously. What I did was suppose if my rating is at that particular moment X, I would just go to the problem set and open the whole problem set of rating range of x to x plus 200, right? And start solving each problem that was present there. Also, another thing is I used to keep my tags off. So if you keep the tags on, it kind of gives away 50% of the solution right away. If you know that it's a binary search problem, you know that the function there has to be monotonic, and it kind of tells a lot of the question before you even start it, right? So always keep the tags off. That is something important. And I used to just practice all the questions that was present in the problem set. I would do the whole first page, and using that strategy, I was, I think, able to get a lot more stronger. So that is one way of practicing that I used to follow. Another thing is I used to keep learning new and new algorithms like sparse table, binary lifting, segment trees, all that stuff. So follow some good. I would suggest to follow good educational blogs rather than videos, since videos are generally just they just explain the very basic thing, and the blogs normally explain a lot more in a fundamental way, so you get to understand it a lot more better. And there are basically a lot of variation that normally they provide as well, so you also get to know, like, this is the situation where you apply it, but what other situations can also be applied in. So prefer using educational blogs. Almost every topic has a educational blog in Codeforces, so you can just simply refer to them. Yeah, so try to learn algorithms if when you're in the stage of 1500, 1700, like especially sparse table, all the graph algorithms, there's um, Floyd, Warshall, and Dijkstra, DFS, BFS, all that stuff. And also try to improve your combinatorics as well. That is quite important. And DP is super important, as we all know. Yeah, so that is what I did during the expert stage. It took me around one more year, I think, to get to candidate master. So by the end of second year, I was able to get there. After that, it was mostly practicing a lot more stuff rather than learning a lot more stuff. So up to that point, I think I had a basic idea of how to use DP graphs, binary search, all that stuff, segment trees as well. So after that, it was mostly just practicing and practicing. I used to just try to solve more and more harder problems. So since I was aiming for this 2100 rating, so I used to try to solve 2100, 2200 and all those stuff, and I kept solving those. Like, it took me a lot of time to get there, but yeah, that's all I did. I kept practicing them and try to give contests as much as possible. In third year, there are some things in college due to which you won't be getting as much time to do internship preparation and all that stuff, but still try to be at least in the loop. Like, even if you are not giving contest, try to discuss with the friends who gave the contest, like what was the questions, like share your ideas, approach, all this stuff, so that you always stay connected to CP, right? So you don't get out of the loop. So yeah, that's what I basically did. Apart from this, I was also aiming for ICPC. Since I was from IT Delhi, it is not that easy to get to regionals, since there are a lot of teams and there is a rule of one team per college. But yeah, I had a pretty good team. So I was teamed with one of my seniors, Harisam, and Viraj as well, who is in the middle currently. So for ICPC, what we did was, so basically I had given ICPT twice before this particular attempt. So in the first attempt, it was a non-serious attempt. I was in my first year. I had no idea, in fact, about ICPC. So we just gave it as a experience. In my second year, I was CM at that time, and both of my teammates, Harisam and another guy, were also CM. But during that time, we made a fatal mistake of not practicing together. We used to only practice individually and then just discuss our ideas. So that was one of the drawbacks that we had in that season. So yeah, we gave the ICPC, but it did not go well as we expected. So this last year, we properly made a team and made a strict rule of always practicing together. It does not matter if we practice less or whatever, but we have to practice together. So we practiced, I think, more than 50 gems on Codeforces as a team, and each week we would at least give one contest. Like, so in ICPC, the most important thing is not how strong you are individually, but how strong you are as a team, how well you can communicate with your teammates, and how well you can read their code, debug their code, how fast you can do that. So it all depends on combination of all of that. So we focus mostly on that, like how well we know each other's code, all that stuff. Or we also knew which is the stronger part for one and none further. So if it's DP, my team would solve it. If it's a geometry problem, my other teammate would solve it. So we all knew each other's strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, that was only possible because we kept practicing Codeforces gym contests twice a week, at least twice a week. And after qualifying for regionals, so I think we did it almost every alternate day. So yeah, that was our mainly ICPC prep strategy, and we did enter with a rank 4, but we could not qualify as another team got rank 1. So yeah, that's basically have been my journey so far. Now I'd like Viraj to add upon it and tell something about his journey as well.
Yeah, hello, I'm Viraj, and I am currently in my final year at IIT Delhi, doing mechanical engineering. So, my interest in CP, you can say, is like since school time. Like, I didn't know that I was interested in competitive programming, but I was like, I participated in like the regional mathematical Olympiad, and had interest in like permutation combinations, probability, number theory. But that time I didn't know that it was all a part of competitive programming. And during my end of my second year in fourth semester, my friends introduced me to competitive programming. They told me like it is important if you want to say switch to IT company or want to get a good placement and internship. So for that reason, I thought that okay, I'm in mechanical, so that is one way to shift to software side, computer science. And eventually, within 1 month, I started like enjoying all the contests and all these problems. They gave me like all the school memories back, like how uh, the problems were like challenging and interesting, like in you see in those mathematical Olympiads. So I kept on giving contests, almost all the contests. I gave almost all contests in like 2020, from March 2022 till today. Like on, I hardly like miss like maybe once in a month or so. Like if there are exams or there is some any other emergency. And the another reason to improve is like another way to improve is that, let's say I saw, let's say, ABC in a contest, then I used to try solving problem D after the contest. So that is one way you can practice yourself by upsolving. And uh, so by August 2022, I was performing like mid expert. Uh, then eventually, like then in August, I got my internship at Uber. So that also motivated me more to give more contests, as I thought that maybe giving more contest means like I'm getting much better towards how to get all the jobs at companies. And so that is one way to motivate yourself. Any small success anywhere you see yourself, so that can be motivating. And by December I became master. So that also helped me in like in my overall courses. Like I started that boosted my confidence, like uh, becoming master. So basically I was in top 10 in my college. So I started like saying to myself that if I can become like reach top 10 in my college, so doing courses should be much easier compared to competitive programming. So that helped in me in keeping me motivated towards studying your regular college courses. And another thing is that you should be enjoying the contest. Like you shouldn't worry that if your rating is decreasing or increasing, like whatever happens, the main thing is like you should enjoy the moment. Like it should be like like your esports or video games. Like you don't mind if you lose the game when you play with your friends. What matters is that you're like enjoying the whole journey of problem solving. So that is one thing. If you are not enjoying it, then look into it. If that is really your interest. So I would say that try to find fun in it and don't worry about your rating.
Yeah, thanks, Viraj. As for internships, uh, Viraj got his internship on campus, so that was an on-campus process. For me, was on Twitter, posting out referrals for Google internship position, and one of my friends sent me the link, so I shared my profile to him on Twitter, and he gave me a referral based on that. So I think the current process has already started. I'm not sure if it's still going on or not. Apply for any. All you got to do is just apply for the company, get a apply. Personally, for me, it was pretty similar to CP. I was in the Google Cloud. So it take a lot of time for me to adapt to the in their system, all that other stuff. I was mostly coding in C++. It was mostly like implementation some given logic using BFS and all that stuff. So it was like the internship thing. So yeah, you don't really focus on decreasing the time complexity or something, and maintainable the code can be, since so that you can scale it up. So it's focus on that and learn a lot there in the industry for at least 4 5 years or something like that. So making those connections and learning from them is always a great experience. Yeah, and Kira, you would like to add about Uber, your internship?
Yeah, so my internship was from May to July this year only. So during the internship time, I could not give that much contest. Only like during the first week, I gave 1 or 2 contests, and basically that was no CP during those 2 months. But I definitely learned a lot. Like I learned about how actual software development takes place. And one thing I would say is that one thing I also learned is that you should actually take a break. Like you should not stress too much this whole contest and problem solving. Like there are many places where like you need to solve 100 problems, 200 problems to get this grade, or like if you cannot, if it is becoming too stressful, you should take a break, because when you take a break for say maybe a week or a month, new ideas will start coming into your mind. Like when you get too much stressed out, so your ideas remain limited on. So taking a break is a good thing. So I would say that that's one thing I saw. And in internship, it was a different experience of programming. So uh, that gave me a new perspective to attack different problems and approach new problems. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that is mostly from. Have any?
So yeah, you have any questions you want to ask any of us, so we can answer.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a doubt that I started CP recently only. Sir,
Mm-hmm.
but sir, I have faced the challenge that I am stuck in this 1000 to 1200
Okay. Yeah, I get it. So you're saying like you are stuck in the newbie pupil range in Codeforces.
range. 2 minutes become pupil and go ahead.
Okay, so
Yes, sir. Yeah.
yeah, like so I would say that you can firstly like to improve one thing you can do is try solving 200 or 300 level above your level. So if you're like stuck in 1000 to 1200, try solving 1400 level problem. And one main thing is that try solving them without like taking a look at editorial. So initially you would need to like look at editorial. So you can take, let's say, like one hint or two hints, and once you start solving them regularly, so you won't need to see the editorial. And then when the actual contest comes, so you will perform like 1400 level or 1500 level.
Okay, sir.
Mm. Okay, so if you want to practice math problems, so one thing you can do is like go to Codeforces problem set, and you can select the tags, like just pick math tag, like don't pick a particular tag on, let's say, maybe uh, which is too particular. Like let's say you choose DP, so then you get a hint that it is a DP problem, or a binary search, so you get a hint that it is binary search. So maybe you can pick just math or number theory at max that much. So that way you can get math problems. Another way to just improve your math problem solving skills, you can actually like look at, I would say maybe some Olympiad questions. So that is one thing. Like, and like for probability, like there are books like Brainsteller and so on. So that is one way you can improve your math skill. How should we implement? Yes. Yeah, so for newbie, like what you can do is, so maybe like when you're like starting in this whole programming thing, so what you can do is go to Codeforces, and in problem set you can like choose from 800 to 1000 level problems. And I would say like you can try out a few new topics, like the few common topics like binary search, dynamic programming, and like basic arrays and sorting and all those constructive problems. So that way you can get a feel on how actually this competitive programming whole thing is working. And once you like start reaching like around 1200 1400 level, you can I would say that then you can hide the tags and try solving problems randomly. I mean, I don't know like how to grow fast and others, like, I mean, it's all relative. So you need to be like maybe practicing more seriously than others, and uh, trying more harder problems than others. So yeah, it's like kind of a race on this. So there will be someone like on up, someone below you. The main thing that matters is that you just enjoy the whole process, and eventually you will succeed. So if you want to reach 1700 rating problems, so basically in div 2 you would get 1700 at like problem C sometimes, or problem D, like somewhere in between them. Mostly it is problem D. So what I can suggest is that uh, during upsolving or solving from archives. So try solving problems rated 1700 or 1800, and during contest you can try solving problem D. So if you're like aiming for 1700, so I'm assuming that you are able to solve till ABC in div 2, and D you get stuck. So instead of like, it happens with me as well, that most of the time I solve A, B, C, D, and then I get stuck at E, and then I leave the contest thinking that it is almost impossible to solve for me. But then eventually, after like trying for a few hours, I see that I could have solved it during the contest. So during contest we feel lagged out, like I cannot solve it, so I leave the contest early. So try to avoid leaving it, and if the contest is say for 2 hours, then try to stick till the end minute, like 10:05 p.m., so that you solve to give your 100%. And good resources to learn DP and how to practice it. I mean, to learn DP, I would say again, you can go to Codeforces problem set and select DP tank. But I would suggest that like try only like 5 or 10 problems from there, and after that hide the tags and then randomly try to solve them. Because if you solve problems by just topic wise DP, then you would always know that the problem is based on dynamic programming. So you will automatically start thinking that way only. But during contest, like every 2 or 3 contests, you will get 1 or 2 questions in on DP, and that is one way you can practice on. Uh, yeah, so for practicing, I would say I didn't actually used to solve much from the problem set. I only used to give contests regularly. Because see, when solving problem set, I kind of found it like a little boring. It's like doing a coursework, like just making notes and solving assignments, and those are like less interesting stuff. But I used to give contests regularly, because when giving contests, it's like Olympic sports or esports, whatever you can say, like. So that was like a fun thing to do, like challenging my friends that like today I'm going to beat you in this contest, or maybe challenging myself like I'm going to solve diff 4 in 1 hour, and something like these targets and thresholds which you set. So that gives a like really good dopamine boost. So this way, this is mostly how I have been practicing right now. And for upsolving, I used to only like upsolve after the contest the problem which I couldn't solve. Like if I solved A, B, C, D, then I would try solving E. So other than that, I haven't solved much from the problem set. Yeah. So I support reading editorials. Well, I would say that firstly you should try solving the problem on yourself, then trying editorials. Now, let's say let's say you are let's say you are rated 1500, and you are trying to solve a problem say 1400 or 1500. Then I would suggest that don't read editorial and solve it on your own. Maybe like try solving it for say half an hour, 45 minutes. And if the problem is let's say 1700 or 1800, then maybe give about a day or two trying all the things you can do. So depending on the problem difficulty and your level, you can decide how much time you should try giving your 100%. And then once you're like uh, completely tired, then you can read the editorials. Uh, so like I didn't have any mentor or as such. Like I have during March I had just like one friend. So he was a candidate master. So he used to like he told me like a few things like what is dynamic programming, what is binary search. So he introduced me these few things, and other than that, there was not no mentor as such. Only thing I used to do was like just keep solving, keep participating in contests, because like I didn't really care about what would happen if my rating decreases or anything, because at the end of the day, like it's in all the contests, in all the problems, you see that it's always like possible to like start from fresh. Like there is like how should I say, like it is great if you know like one trick to solve, but even if you don't know, you can still derive that trick, because like someone else had earlier derived that one uh, procedure or algorithm. Rating wise, no, not as such. I am not doing daily rating wise. You know, all I usually do is that, let's say if I couldn't solve problem E in a contest, then I solve it later on. So that is all. Okay, so we can end the session now, I guess.
Yeah, I think we have answered all the questions. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining the session. It was great talking to all.